Any given game day here, any given individual matchup can go either direction. As we kick off our semifinals, we're getting here into game one. It's Prosper taking on Putnam. And it's Putnam here with early possession.
Demo right off the bat too. Physicality, not afraid to get out and create space. Love seeing that from PSA, who will have their hands full. Prosper right now is going to send it right back at him. And the tap in there. Great read from Snap, knowing that was going to miss. And put in the loose change to give Prosper the 1-0 lead.
That's a great steal from Northwood. What a setup as well. And then that shot to get around the defender at the near post. Just picture perfect. What a play out of Prosper. Well-deserved 1-0.
No doubt. Coming out striking as we expected here. Now, from what I've seen, this isn't exactly the roster that they've thrown at us a few times. But with Putnam, a little bit different, right? Swaz is been that effective player. Swaz also winning, the Stay Plugged In land not too long ago in Connecticut. So we talked about Putnam being from Connecticut. They're definitely the best in that state, looking to prove themselves against the rest of the teams here. And that's one way to get it done here as they equalize at 4:10 remaining here in game number one.
It was an early look that just merely was off the mark for Putnam. They get the follow-up, and what a redirect off of that post to send that ball against the grain and sneak it past to, get strapped in, folks. We are in for a good one.
Yeah, going to be a back and forth. There's no doubt. I mean, they've already kind of shown us that that's going to be the case. Look at this one off the short side post. That one also finds its way out to midfield, and now in transition as well. You can definitely sit back and enjoy the fact that both of these teams can hurt you in transition, which makes for plays like this where Swaz does it all, sets it on a platter for Silas as he'll tap it in for a 2-1 Putnam lead.
Swaz just absolutely dismantled this defense, floating through the air with the utmost control. It pulls everybody out. Two players go up. Goal is wide open. Easy peasy for Silas. 2-1 Putnam. And
Swaz showed up in that land. He wasn't playing with the rest of his squad, but still made a huge difference. I mean, their mechanics are unreal. Oxy strikes through. Prosper got the first one, but Putnam puts in 3 straight now. And that's in a matter of 30 seconds, Bull.
These have been the Swaz seconds. And it hadn't even been a full minute. It's just been Swaz showing off here. 2 plays in a row to set up the team. Gorgeous plays at that. 3 unanswered goals out of Putnam. What a start. Prosper struck first. Putnam has struck harder.
Yeah, and Swaz showing a little bit more of those skills as we saw a flip reset attempt there. Almost came back down and made Prosper pay once more. Snappalicious just forced to play sideways here. It's right into the hands of Swaz, who almost got that extra touch. He did. Out in front of the box, just creating plays out of thin air. And we'll continue to pressure this Prosper defense. We'll eventually get it over to Northward, but he was out of boost, so he's not even allowed the chance to get to it. Good read from Mercy, though, as they'll get out to the box, almost beat the last man back from Putnam. This action, so much quicker. You see the speed both ways as Putnam continues to put Prosper in these compromising positions.
Northwood desperately trying to buy Prosper a little bit of room. Putnam's not giving an inch. They can't get a clear out of the zone, and Prosper are struggling for resources, fighting for every little thing. Mercy's finally able to get out of the zone, lives him with no boost, and Putnam immediately gets the ball right back. Oxy driving towards the net. Good stop there from Snappalicious.
Yeah, tried that swing shot, if you will, and almost was able to get to it, but it'll be cleaned up on the other side from Prosper, who's had a bit of issues trying to get out. Those demos, again, will come in handy here. But Oxy, right back up to it. Look at the car control. You look at the flip reset, ran out of boost, but right back on it in support is Swaz. And Mercy couldn't find the touch. It's Swaz back at it, trying for the waterfall. As Snap has to make a read, does do so. This one's still dangerous, in harm's way. That one just off the crossbar as well.
God, I love these rotations for Putnam. And here's Swaz coming in again, drops it in front of the net. Oxy's got to finish it off, and it's 4-1 to Putnam. It felt inevitable. This rotation's so tight, so fast for Putnam. Swaz just leaves the ball and takes off and starts the rotation. And by that time that ball lands back in place, Swaz is already in position for a follow-up. Oxy right there in front of the net. This has been a show.
Has been, and Snappalicious was about a pixel off from making that save as well, which means, both teams are striking. Putnam just absolutely putting on a clinic when it comes to creating the grade A chances that have put them in positions where they're able to score. Now, that being said, snapping right back is Mercy. And we've seen Prosper score plenty of goals in a short period of time. So I'm not saying that this 4-2 is anything but solidified for Putnam right now. It's Prosper trying to inch their way back, and that's a good start.
No, this 4-goal streak here out of Putnam does not break our overarching theme. This is still anybody's game. Prosper absolutely has the talent to come back in this 90 seconds they have left on the clock. One an important goal from Mercy there to stop that momentum, to put it into that scoring streak. With Northwood Demo, though, the defense could be in trouble. Silas with the moves!
That's unbelievable. Count him, snap. Didn't even recognize Silas was there. The musty flip reset and just beats the defense. That is unbelievable mechanics from Putnam Science Academy. I was talking they're the best in Connecticut. Right now they're out to prove that they're best in the country. That was unbelievable.
Unreal. Goal of the day so far. No question. Hands down, one of the best goals I've seen all month.
Goodness.
Speechless. I'm still reeling from that bear light. Oh my, what a show. 5-2, Putnam immediately regained whatever momentum Mercy tried to steal away. And here comes Silas once again, looking to see if they can get the Hattie. He's going to drop it off the top. Swaz comes in to get their first of the day. 6-2, Putnam.
Another flip reset, and look at it glued to his car. I mean, everybody getting involved. Last time, Silas showed up, Swaz was there. Oxy has shown that he can place the ball in the back of the net in difficult situations. But, I mean, these mechanics are unmatched right now. Putnam is styling on them right now. You see Swaz again, plenty of room. The flip reset past one, and they're diving at it. Prosper has got their hands full. It does to get up there and make those saves.
And not only is the control exceptional from Swaz, but that placement right in that upper corner. I mean, I don't blame Prosper for double committing on that save. You had to. And here comes Swaz again. What are you going to do this time? It's the jump ball to Oxy. The stuff is there. Prosper able to read that one, but they're still down forward, running out of time.
And Silas has the possession as well. He pinches it off the hood of their car. And yes, you get a little bit of bounce luck here. But is it? Because look as he boosts upwards and bends his car up in the upright position in order to pinch it off the backside of the Prosper defense, and then it inches its way in. Everything seems intentional, and when you're feeling it, I mean, sometimes you just continue with the good vibes. And here for a 5, almost 6-goal lead here in game number 1. There's not much that Prosper can do to stop this at this point, except for have a reset going into game number 2.
An incredible hat-trick goal there for Silas. And it was, like you say, it all seemed incredibly intentional. The little tap off the ceiling to get around the first defender, the positioning of the car, holding that nose up in the air, and just giving the highest possibility, the highest probability that that ball is either going to go over the defender or and maybe even get a good pinch. And that is just a small example of basically that all of game 1, that entire 5 minutes for Putnam.
I think one of the things that stands out to me is the 11 shots by Swaz alone. What in the world do you mean, Swaz? I expected no less from this guy. I'm telling you, I saw him in person. He was unbelievable. To see Silas can actually one-up him in the mechanical department has got to be one of the craziest things I think I've ever seen. Swaz, a goal scorer, only had 1 for his team out of the 11 shots. That's okay, because Oxy also had a hat trick alongside Silas. That was an incredible performance. I know Prosper can shut this down. I know that they're capable of it. Now, with this lineup I haven't seen before, are they able to do it with ease? Probably not. Putnam is looking sharp. They're obviously not looking like that 6th seed. They're looking like the number 1 seed, the team to beat, the target on the back. We'll see if that's the case here in game number 2.
I got a stat for you here, Bearlight. So Swaz able to put up the same amount of shots in game 1 Essential did in their entire series in the quarterfinals.
Oh my. That's unbelievable. One player
in 1 game.
That's outrageous.
Versus 3 players in 3 games. Just let that one sink in, friends.
That is about as unbelievable as the stat comes. And I absolutely, truly can't picture that. Even though I didn't actually do the stats myself, I'm just seeing it. It's 11 shots. That's unbelievable. We'll see if they continue the same presence here, man.
The eye test absolutely confirms it, right? It certainly felt like Swaz was just living in front of the blue net. Here's Oxy setting up camp as well. Just a slight little finesse move in the corner to get around not just Northwood, but Snapalicious gets beat. And then, yeah, Mercy and the goal didn't stand a chance. My goodness. Oxy with an 18-second goal here in game 2.
All right, we kind of see them settling in the rules, and that is Silas with the mechanical freak. And Swaz as well. And then Oxy is just that foundation, right, who makes fundamental plays and will find different holes and be able to expose the defense. And right now, when you have it all, everything seems to be clicking here. It's up to Prosper to get this next goal. Otherwise, Putnam's going to continue the same thing they did last time, which is what you're seeing right now, unbelievable car control. I mean, how do you staple that ball to the front of your car, essentially? That's what it looks like here for Putnam. But that being said, a chance for them to get it right back. Silas, the diving save.
There you go.
Oh! Another one. The reaction was unreal from Silas, who will push it right back out for Putnam.
I had my pen in my hand ready to put the tally down as a goal for Prosper, and Silas said absolutely not. You keep that pin off the paper and keep the goose egg in the Prosper score column. An incredible back-to-back saves. Man, Putnam aren't just good on the offense. They are savvy on the defense as well. Exquisite play here to start things off in game 2.
Good news for Prosper. You're putting up chances that are actually making Putnam sweat. But that being said, at the same time, you're making those saves. So the last thing you want to do is get frustrated, continue at it, and take a shot. That one will be cleaned up from the Putnam defense yet again, as Swaz will leave it here for Oxy. Waiting for the right chance to go and challenge Snap, but Snap has plenty of room to work with, and Snapalicious with a 50-50 out there as well. Maybe by his own man there from Putnam defense. But look at them in transition again. Silas a chance to get that angle, and will threaten Prosper because all the way through the box and out.
I think they're trying to get that ball to Swaz in the middle, and just putting too much on it. Goes all the way across, and eventually Prosper find it clear, but Swaz sends it right back down. Snapalicious with a nice little move is able to juke out one. Puts the ball back in the air. We're at least giving their team a chance to fight it out, but Putnam keeping it in. It's Silas threatening near post at the moment. A little battle with Northwood. Ball drops. Oxy gets a touch on it. Challenge shot blocked by Mercy. Follow-up is there, though. Swaz gets goal number 2. The immediate rebound, doubling the Putnam lead.
That's exactly right. Immediate. That's what I was going to get at here, because Silas put the pressure on with his shot, but Swaz was directly back on it. Now, Putnam Science Academy has been good in that department as well. When it comes to pressuring on the offensive side, but when it's just a split second longer to develop and jump in on that play, well, that's when you catch those incredible saves that we see from Prosper. They've been making it difficult in every aspect of this game, and will continue to do so now with a 3-0 lead here in Game 2.
Silas showing that Swaz isn't the only one who can set up their team. It's Silas with the fancy moves, and then Swaz with the smart finish, going with the bounce shot on the end, and just keeping proper guessing. They never know what Putnam are going to do with this ball. That's how it seems to me. This looks like a Rubik's Cube of an offense out of Putnam Science Academy.
Yeah, throwing everything at him, and it's just so tough to solve.
Look at that.
This map. We'll play that 50. Silas right back out, trying to get that re. Almost did. The follow-up was immediate as well, as Oxy was waiting back there for the boost, eventually gets on the play as third man, and still no harm done as Prosper. Very strong effort just to get it out of their half. And Silas again wins a 50-50. Back out top box. And Mercy makes a great save there on Swaz as they continue to press in. Good reads from Prosper on the defensive side. That's about all they can buy here against this Putnam side.
Spectacular save out of Mercy. Not the first great play we've seen from them here in Game 2. Fortunately, it hasn't been enough to get rid of the racetrack there in the top left-hand corner, the NASCAR track, a.k.a. the goose egg, the 0. The hardest goal to get is just to get rid of that 0. Right now, Prosper can't get out of their own zone. Putnam continue to pile on.
Yeah, Silas again, flip, reset off that corner read, and then use the extra flip in order to send it right where Mercy could catch it and nothing else. Handcuff there on the goal line. That's just using your mechanics in creative ways here in Rocket League in order to just create chances that you're not able to read. I mean, that's very impossible to read unless you are an SSL, unless you're trying to push in towards maybe an RLCS consideration. Otherwise, you might be out of luck. So it's been incredible to watch this team work, continue their flip resets. That time Silas pulled it down to just place it on the car of Oxy. Everything has been working for them, and it's been an absolute pleasure to be able to witness this team in action.
Yeah, this is just art. Like, this has been incredible. I feel like no two goals are the same out of Putnam. That last play we saw with Silas and Oxy, like, that was a choice. There was no good play for Prosper on the defense. Whichever way you go, Putnam had an out and had a goal waiting for him. It was check and mate on that last one. It's looking like check and mate here in game 2. Now, good news is, this is a best-of-7 series here, Bearlight, in the semifinals, so there is still time. There's at least 10 more minutes for Prosper to find an answer to what has looked like a flawless and invulnerable Putnam squad.
And when you have these mechanics that you're going up against with Putnam, right, these flip resets, these incredible, air drags, all that you need to do, it seems simple on the surface, is go out and challenge early. But with their speed, it makes it difficult, right? And their positioning is outstanding, so they're constantly on this ball. But you have to find a way to challenge early, make sure that they have no room to work with, because the room you're seeing right now with Silas is unacceptable. They're going to be able to put that in the back of the net just about every time. For me, I see changes. I see Prosper attempting to get in their face. They just haven't proved enough, to me at least, that they're going to be capable to keep up with this prestigious Putnam Science Academy, who's looked so great through 2 and will take the 2-0 lead here. And by the way, this has got to be, I believe it was a 7-2 mark, so that, what is that, 13? It would be 12-2 when it comes to goal differential. Putnam has been outstanding and will take the 2-0 lead.
Yeah, it's 12-2 so far. And across 2 games, your shot totals aren't much better. You're looking at 30 shots total so far across those 2 games comparatively to... It's hard to tell. We had a third player leaving here from Prosper, so I didn't get to see exactly how many shots there were. It was roughly about 7. I believe it was 3 there in the first one and 4 there in game 2. But what does that tell you? A lot of possession, a lot of overwhelming pressure out of Putnam. And you can see why. I mean, and you're talking about not just the mechanics, but it's that speed factor. It's that speed, and not just how fast they get to the ball, but how fast they rotate, and they are always in a position to get to that ball.
Yeah, it's all about efficiency, because you can be as fast as you want, but if you're, getting ahead of where rotation should be or where you should be positionally, then you're not doing yourself favors either. It's just the mindset going in is knowing that you need to be in the right spots and how to get there as quickly as possible, and then be prepared for that next play as well. It's the reason why Swaz has 17 shots through the first 2 games, right? You don't just do that accidentally. You're in position in the right spot as the second man in rotation in order to capture a pass play or read the ball where it bounces off at 50-50 in order to take a shot. Absolutely outstanding work so far. Looks like we're going to be a little bit cold here in this next game, as game number 3 is set to take place at the park. And the freezing cold, very appropriate from if you live up north at least. But for Prosper, something needs to change. Maybe a weather change will help them out. We're about to jump into game number 3 now.
Yep, get your parkas. It's going to get a little chilly. All right, game number 3. Prosper, how do you answer back? What do you do against this? Now is time to shine. Now is your opportunity to step up and see if you can take something off of Putnam. Early possession going in Putnam's favor, but Northwood's able to get a touch towards the net. Can't quite chase it down. It'll just push out in the corner where Silas is going to work it out of the zone. Beating Snapalition on that one. Nice little stop play. Northwood some contact. Ball in front of the net. It's going to be a shot from Oxy going off the top. Looking for the follow-up. That one's going to go home. Putnam, 30 seconds in. They've already got the lead.
Oh, man. Rinse and repeat here. Snap tried to kick it out to a teammate. I see what the intention is for sure. Unfortunately, Northwood caught a bump there, I believe, so wasn't able to jump out, get that next touch, and so as good as you're reading the ball, even in that scenario, Putnam Science Academy has been great at knocking you off of the play. So even in the intention of getting out of the zone, they still best you. And it gets frustrating sometimes, especially with the counts, the way they are in goal differential. It can get frustrating. The last thing you can do is sit in your own frustration and allow the same thing to happen. Like I mentioned, challenges need to come earlier, right? You need to change up the pace of play. Maybe even throw a curveball. Be positioned a little bit differently than you typically would. And that opportunity was on the goal line, but still, Silas was able to dig it out.
It was a beautiful pass from Northwood to Mercy, I believe. No, I'm sorry. It was from Snapalicious to Mercy that really started that offense. And, I mean, it was fast, it was accurate, and it set Prosper up for an opportunity in front of the net. And that's what they need to do. Another one here. That one's going to go home. Mercy's tied it up.
There we go. Good read here first to get up. When Silence played it right back down, Northwood was ready and then had his eyes downfield, ready to find Mercy there in that perfect spot down the pitch in order to find an angled shot. And you don't just put a lazy shot on. You got to laser it, and that's what they did there in order to find that shot, find the back of the net for the first time in a very long time. In fact, I believe it goes about 7 to 8 minutes back before you see a Prosper goal the last time they were able to connect. So that one feels pretty good. A monkey off the back, if you will. We'll continue that same presence here into the next few minutes.
And you're talking about the shots have to be lasers to beat this defense. It's not just the shots. The passes have to be lasers, too. Which, just further complicates things. Prosper able to connect on that a couple times in a row, resulting in that goal. Here comes Silas threatening back, looking for an answer, looking for the once again. Oxy with some patience holds the line. Mercy trying to muscle it out of there. Suarez comes in to help out. Putnam went out in the scrum. Snapalicious able to steal it away. Prosper back on the attack. Snapalicious up on the wall, looking for some help in the middle. Won't find it. Defensive Putnam holds.
Back to Swaz, and he's got space to work with. Will fake back down. Mercy stuck with the play. Great job to fall back down, be ready for it. Was able to tap it out, but that's still right back to them. Oh, what a save again. And now they'll be able to push out. Putnam having a little bit more of a difficult time because Prosper seems to find the right placement there defensively. They've definitely adjusted accordingly and get back into the third position a lot quicker. I'm liking this look from Prosper.
Oh, and Prosper saw a hole. They all pounced on it at once. There was a moment of weakness there in Putnam's defense, and Prosper tried to get behind it. Putnam were able to recover. Oxy gets a huge bit of contact onto Northwood to knock him out of that play. But Prosper are starting to see some vulnerabilities here. Great defensive play here from Mercy off the near post. You can see Putnam not get nearly as aggressive after they got punished on that last approach.
Mercy right back out here and will challenge. Good 50-50 to press it forward. This will fall corner. Snap wasn't able to get to the read because Swaz was all over that. We'll send it back up. Good job to get one to bite there. But Mercy allows himself the opportunity to back right out. Good fake themselves. Holding back. Try to get the pass up. It's red. No. Back down it goes, but a little wide, luckily for Prosper. But now back down in front. But Swaz tapped it away from his own man, and Silas wasn't able to connect because of it. And Snap will get out the center field, but yet another demo and right back in the hands of Putnam. Silas already up for it. The tap back down. 1, 2, 3. What a save from Snapalicious. Able to get back to it.
Wow, what a play from Snapalicious, keeping this game tied up. Oh, man, Prosper already dodged one bullet a moment before, and then phenomenal defense to keep him in this. 70 to go, and Prosper, for the first time, feel like they are actually alive and competitive here in this series, threatening to take the lead off of a good touch. Oxy's able to find that clear back out along the wall. That touch did not go in Northwood's favor. Drop it in front of the net. Prosper able to hold on, starting to turtle up a little bit. Opportunity here for Putnam to take the lead.
Yeah, look, he's already up. The shot. Oh, it's fought away. But Oxy right back on it. Crossbar down. They strike through. It's Silas able to get the 2-1 lead here. It took a lot of work for Putnam this time, but they kept at it. And they will have the lead late into game number 3.
40 seconds to go. Prosper have looked spectacular here in game 3. Great adjustments, playing a lot faster. Now find themselves under the pressure and being threatened to go down 0-3 here in this semifinal matchup of your Winter Circle Summer Store. Snapalicious trying to get this ball out of the zone. Silas working it back down towards the net. Snapalicious is able to get in front of it, makes the save. Mercy to go up. Beats Putnam to the ball. Trying to get it out of there. Will with some help. Into the corner it goes. 15 on the clock. Swaz with a big touch. Sends it all the way back to the blue zone.
10 seconds left. This one will cross. Snapalicious couldn't get the touch. They need to go the length of the pitch here in order to find the equalizer, but instead they'll find Silas, but Snapalicious to keep it alive. Swaz holds. All of that air car control coming in handy. Now it will serve as a fake. Hits the ground. Putnam Science Academy. The Mustangs will go up 3-0 in this series. And it didn't look as clean as the first two, a.k.a. it took a lot of effort but it looked a lot cleaner from Prosper. Now, you'd think the snow would favor those in Connecticut rather than the Texas squad of Prosper, but it was the other way around here, as Prosper did look a little bit better here, and we're only finding a deficit of 1 goal in that one. They definitely had a lot more offensive presence, right? Their shots taken were a little bit more close to what Putnam put up, but still the differential was there shot-wise.
I mean, I got an excuse here, all right, Bearlight? See, up in Connecticut, y'all see the snow and you just get frustrated. You're just like, oh, not again. We don't ever get snow here in Texas, all right? So Prosper got excited. They see snow and they're like, wait. Snow? Like, this doesn't happen. This means the impossible is possible. And, Prosper, it just lit a fire under him, coincidentally enough. I don't know how snow lights a fire, but that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, barely.
It gets a little wet, right? The water comes out, and it's you get a melting situation. Right now, Prosper is melting under the pressure, it seems. As it were the top seed coming in, or the second seed, rather. Like we said, seeds go right out the window. And sure enough, it's been exactly as we called it. Putnam came out, and they've been the ones on the mission and looking to close out here in 4, just like they did in their quarterfinals matchup. So perhaps the results we saw in the quarterfinals more telling than I made it out to be, because Putnam seems to be the team to beat right now. Good news for Prosper. They only dropped that last game by 1, but they got to take a lot more shots than they did in that last one. They have to limit the shots of Putnam. So it's going to be a 1-2 punch offensively, defensively, and a first goal would feel very good for Prosper right now, which they're after, by the way, but a good save there from Oxy to kick us off.
Well, it's going to take 20 minutes of Prosper just being exceptional, outclassing Putnam, which is something they have not been able to do. And whether they lost by 1, which they did game 3, or lost by 5, which they did in game 2, it's still Putnam on match point, and 1 win away from moving into our grand finals. Good shot denied there by Swaz, and now Swaz is going to carry it back down. Pass is intercepted. Our teams are going to battle for possession at midfield.
Silas will use the back wall to try to tap it out to a teammate. He's got Swaz. Swaz is up for this one. You have to challenge, because you know that when he's up for the double, he will finish. Putnam up 1-0 here. Again, just Silas causing chaos there defensively, and that's the reason why Snap couldn't get out for the challenge early. I figured there had to be something in the way, and it was Putnam not being spectators whenever they're away from the ball. They're out creating chances by getting those bumps. And that's why Putnam has the early lead in what Prosper does not want, which is chasing the game here down 3-0 in the series.
Mercy just cannot get around Silas, and Silas is going to get possession back here. Loses control in front of the net. Swaz has to make the save. Follow-up shot bounces off into the corner. Doesn't get enough of it, and Prosper watching opportunity pass by. Northwood able to get a touch here and denies Silas a good look at the ball. Mercy's not going to be able to get it out of the zone just yet. It's Northwood who's able to push it down. It's a long ball, and fight for control resumes. Prosper haven't been able to wrangle it in yet. Mercy with a nice move, gets underneath, beats Silas to it. It's pass to Northwood. They're able to finally get it in front of the orange net, but so far not able to do a whole lot with it. It's slow going here for Prosper, but they're making progress.
They're doing the little things right, and
yeah.
it showed and kind of dates back to last game. So they are sticking with the same trends, and that's what's most important. What we saw in the last series that we were covering, which was, frustration got you out of position, and right now Prosper just needs to continue to play the way they have been. They've been looking a little bit stronger here, but I still don't like the room that they're giving up when they are giving it up. Oh my goodness, no way, no shot, almost had it back down. Leaving for Silas as Putnam went back and forth across the box. Almost got some pre-jump reads, but it'll be Prosper staying alive, and that's what it feels like they have been doing for the past few games here. Just trying to keep themselves alive rather than actually jumping out and making a difference for themselves.
Yeah, as of right now, Bear Grylls will be proud, but we'll see if the surviving continues. As we're halfway through this game 4. Silas driving through, able to beat one. Snapalicious able to hold near post. Off of Mercy, the ball will drift back down all the way to the orange third. Prosper wants that tying goal, and they need it now. Northwood's not going to get a look at it. Snapalicious wants to go up for it. Silas denies them a shot at the goal alongside Swaz. They're going to escort this ball back into the blue zone. Trying to get a look at it, but Snapalicious wasting no time, pushed it back the other way. 2 minutes left on the clock.
Oxy will just be happy and content, just tapping into the corner. Knowing that Swaz is there in support. What a fake though, and Mercy sneaks it short side post. That's exactly what Prosper needed. Not just an equalizer, but an equalizer with a purpose, as he gets Swaz to bite there, and we'll get the 1-1 count here with a minute 51 remaining.
Oh, Mercy just absolutely skunked two of them. That was nasty. And we've seen some patience out of Mercy. I love those stall plays. It's not the first time we've seen it here today. That one, man, Putnam bit hard on that bait. What a play. What an invigorating goal here from Prosper, tying us up in game 4 with less than 2 minutes remaining.
Incredible. Just being able to watch Prosper not give up, right? They continue at it no matter what. Any means necessary to keep this series alive. Now, that being said, we've seen Putnam bounce right back after Prosper goals. They've scored the next goal every single time that Prosper has scored one, right? Their answer has always been there. So if Prosper can get 2 in a row, especially late in this game, number 4, then that would at least give them some life, give them a spark. But instead, you got a spark from the car that was demoed out in front, and Putnam puts it in for the 2-1 lead as expected.
No, I mean, and Swaz downright on fire, lit up. It's a spark turned to a flame. As Swaz gets a hold of it, it's all but done. It's responsible for both of Putnam's goals here in game number 4. Has had just an outstanding, a phenomenal showing here in this semifinal matchup, and a big reason this Putnam squad is where they are is 53 seconds away from the grand finals, and Swaz now has the ball once again. Eyes set on the back of the blue net.
And the flip reset as well. Oxy fakes them and tastes them their own medicine, just like we saw before in Putnam, putting them up by 2, a 3-1 count.
What is that move? It's just Prosper players going right to left across your screen. Putnam making it look like they don't even know how to touch the ball, and that is, Prosper are phenomenal. I cannot understate this enough, y'all. Prosper are a phenomenal squad. Yeah, they're not fielding their standards that you're used to seeing, but this is the skill level of Putnam that just made them look foolish on that last play.
Silas almost got another one as well, as if they needed more. They're already up to it, 28 seconds left, and he's looking to style even more. The musty there from Mercy, trying to set up anybody. Now's the time to challenge, to push into the box and get that extra pressure. And in fact, Snap had an opportunity taken away by Oxy. They push back the second man as well. Mercy needs to take it here from the side. Gets a Timo out in front, some help. Needs a goal here, as Mercy will try for the bump, but Oxy will clean it up. And Putnam is going to be heading to the grand finals, as Prosper could not quite do enough to keep them alive. It's the Mustangs moving on.
Oh, an impressive attempt from Mercy there at the very end. Just was a split second off of the communication with Snapalicious to come in and try to slam home that goal. But all in all,